Never try anything you see on the show at home.
Well, there's your problem.
In this special series of MythBusters,
Almost too exciting.
the Dream Team tackles their dream themes.
It's scientific.
Testing myths about everything from electricity to pressure and gravity.
This one hurt a bit.
Shaking down the science of shockwaves, velocity, and impact. With crazy chemistry,
Oh my goodness.
far-out physics,
Fun for the whole family.
and insane explosions.
Is everybody okay?
Life's burning questions answered. On MythBusters, there's your problem. In this episode, we'll dodge deadly dramas with 3 myths about survival.
Good job, buddy. Way to take one for the team.
Then we'll delve into the weird and wonderful world of our own bodies for myths about body oddities, including night vision and contagious yawning. What better way to start than with a bang? It's a tall tale from World War II. Cruising at 22,000 feet, an unfortunate airman fell out of the gun turret of his B-17 plane. Without a parachute, the prospect of a soft landing looked awfully hard. But as he neared the ground, a 1,000-pound bomb blew up in a train station beneath him and sent out a shockwave that actually cushioned his fall. It's an explosive story, but we know at least the first part of the myth is true. B-17 gunners did not wear parachutes. The reason is obvious.
You can see how confining that is.
So that's why they don't wear parachutes.
Exactly.
Dude, that is messed up.
Testing the rest of this fable is a phenomenal challenge. There's the casing for a 1,000-pound bomb,
So we'll need 6 pieces of that.
a train station to build, and a B-17 bomber and airman. Oh, and getting the drop on that 22,000-foot fall.
So, in terms of dropping our airmen, we can't drop them from 22,000 feet because, well, number one, we can't get any aircraft to fly over an explosion no matter how high they are, and we can't aim from that height and make them hit such a tiny target.
Well, why don't we use balloons? I mean, we've lifted you with a balloon before.
Perfect. I'll tell you what, all we need is to get him up to 120 miles an hour. That's a human's terminal velocity. We know that from umpteen myths we've done about people falling. So I'll figure out exactly how high he has to fall from in order to reach 120 miles per hour. And we'll just fly the balloons that high.
The key to this myth is terminal velocity, the maximum speed at which an object can fall. It's reached when gravity is matched by the force of wind resistance, which for humans works out at 120 miles per hour. So all Adam has to do is work out the minimum drop height required to reach that magic number.
Basically, he's got to fall for 5.5 seconds to reach 120 miles per hour. And that puts him at 487 feet in the air. That's totally doable.
So that's the plan. Instead of a B-17 bomber at 22,000 feet, they'll drop Buster from some weather balloons at 500 feet. Just enough for him to reach terminal velocity as he lands on the exploding train station. To blast off with this experiment, Carrie and Tori have been trying to work out if a smaller scale explosion from a car airbag could slow a falling ball of lead. And Tori's about to add the finishing touch, a glass roof.
If I can time it right, hopefully, when the ball just touches the glass, I'll set off the airbag and break the fall of the ball.
In 3, 2, 1. Some destruction. Did the bomb go off?
Mere moments before the bomb touches the glass, the explosion is triggered, spraying glass shards far and wide. But when compared to a drop without the bomb, there's really no difference. The explosion did very little, and that's led Carrie to make some early conclusions.
The myth of the gunner falling 22,000 feet, landing on top of a glass-roofed train station at the exact same moment that a bomb goes off during World War II, I can pretty much, for myself, definitively say it's busted.
If I was gonna fall on a glass roof, I would not want a bomb going off underneath it.
We are still gonna have to take this to the full scale.
Why? Because it's gonna be frickin' cool.
Actually, it's going to be just the opposite. At this quarry in California, they need to set up before the heat sets in.
Well, we've got to build our train station out here, pretty much right where I'm standing. Then we've got to lay out all the rigging hardware and launch hardware for the helium balloon and the drop rig. Fill the balloons with helium, get the dummy up in the air, get in place, and blow this thing to smithereens.
Busters had a last-minute reprieve, being replaced by Ballistics Ted, which should make things interesting.
Oh, look at that. He's too tall for the box.
He's too tall for the box.
We'll see whether he starts to sag in the noonday heat.
With the temperature already a mind-melting 115 degrees, sagging in the noonday heat is about all Adam and Jamie can do, too.
It's like 115 degrees out here. I'd like to go and come back like an hour before dawn tomorrow to set this thing off.
Sure.
Yeah?
Fresh pot of coffee. This thing won't be so hot that it's going to go off when we load the explosives in it.
Exactly. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
It's still dark when the first helium balloons get filled, in an effort to get everything in order before it gets too hot. But by first light, things are already going pear-shaped.
Yeah. That's just about the funniest thing I've ever seen. That's his ear. I'm just
He's
gonna...
like a cookie after baking, you know? He's all kind of flattened out.
Ted's feeling a little flat. But that's not the only problem with this heat.
It's well over 100 degrees in the shade out here. We've got 500 pounds of explosives in here. And, you know, if we're anywhere in our work area and this should happen to go off, there won't be anything left of us, period.
Okay, that's cinching up on our airman. Now he's off the ground. Now he's off the ground!
At last, turret gunner Ted has got his wings. Slowly but surely, he climbs 500 feet. He may be slightly off target, but the guide wire will ensure that he falls right into the station, which means it's time to retreat to safety. And they need to be well out of the way, because this blast will be massive. Here's what's going to happen. Airman Ted is suspended 500 feet above the ground. He's connected to the train station via a guide wire. On Adam's cue, the balloons will be cut and Ted will fall. 6 seconds later, the 1,000-pound bomb will boom. Will Ted survive?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's falling. He's falling. He's going towards it. He's going towards it. Oh! Wow, here comes the shockwave.
The booms created a mushroom cloud of frightening proportions. And it's also set the surrounding hills on fire.
Oh, look at that!
Fortunately, the county fire department are quick to respond.
And there's
This day's just getting better and better.
In high speed, you can clearly see the cushioning shockwave. But did that save Ted? Well, unfortunately, there was a malfunction in the guide wire, which meant he fell way off target. But there was so much shrapnel that if Ted had fallen into the station, our gunner would have been a goner.
Here's the body. There's the steel. There's more steel way over there and a lot further, so...
There's no way. There's just no way. The idea is that the pressure of this one human body somehow equalized the pressure of the bomb going off. That's just not going to happen.
Next, surviving by the seat of your pants. Can you use a pair of jeans as an emergency slide from a chairlift. The idea behind this high wire stunt is to remove your denim duds and sling them over the cable, using them like a zip wire. To unzip this myth, the team head to Trapeze Arts, where they have everything they need, including 75 feet of steel cable similar to the kind used on ski lifts.
So we're starting out at a fairly shallow angle of probably 5 or 10 degrees. But in order to get a really accurate measurement of what the true angle is, we have this. It's a little magnetic base angle finder.
Now, the question on everyone's lips. What's Tori's technique?
I'm gonna wrap one pant leg around my wrist, toss the other one over the cable, and then wrap this one around my other wrist. And then I'm gonna jump out and slide down the cable. Piece of cake. All right, here we go.
Come on, dude, like your life depends on it.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
Your legs.
I hear the pants ripping.
Nice landing. Yeah.
So, in a real-life escape on a ski lift cable at an angle of 10 degrees, you simply wouldn't slide.
I kind of tried to move a little bit while I was on the cable, and I could hear stitches snapping.
A sound you don't want to hear when there's only that stitch between you and a plummet to death. What the guys need is more angle on Tori's dangle.
Now, we've increased our angle to 20 degrees, double what the first test had.
So with the maximum incline possible on this rig, will Tori slide or stick?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes.
I guess if my life depended on it, it might take me
Slide, but
some
it's a
time.
pretty good crawl.
This time around, Tori does get further down.
I wouldn't fall and die.
But remember, this myth is about an effortless glide to freedom, not a jerky bunny hop. Could cable grease be the missing element?
One thing that we're missing is lubricant. So I was looking it up online. Turns out they use a light oil. Now, we don't have exactly the same thing, but we have something that is the same consistency, castor oil.
But is it the secret to the swift slide to safety described in the myth?
Slide. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I really didn't think it was.
Tori made it down, but friction has caused his denim a little distress.
Totally ripped right up the crotch.
Tori would meet his death if he tried to use this method to get down from the ski lift. Those ski lifts are really long. He went down maybe 20 feet before those jeans split in half. I'm not seeing this being the most reasonable way to get rescued from being stuck on the mountain.
There's only one way to find out for sure. Full scale, on a real ski lift. The guys head to the Sierra at Tahoe Resort, where the cables get some serious elevation.
That's a lot steeper than I thought it was gonna be.
Yep, and we're doing it all the way from the top.
It's going to be a nervous ride to the top.
Just to hedge our bets, we've found a section of line close to the top that's at 25 degrees.
If I get quiet, don't take it personally. I'm not mad, I'm just freaking out.
Try and avoid the rocks. Yeah.
At the summit, Chief Rigger Lawrence and his crew are putting together a safety system of ropes and pulleys.
These guys are here to make sure I don't fall to my death.
Tori and Grant strap on their harnesses, secure themselves to the chair, hoist in Buster, and head downhill.
Are we nuts or what?
Oh my God.
So what's the denim divination?
The best case scenario for Buster is that he and his jeans will take a very quick ride down the line, slam into the rollers at the end. And the worst case scenario is that he will rip through his jeans and probably plummet to his doom.
When they reach the 25-degree mark, they sling over the jeans and secure them to Buster's clamp hands.
Buster is ready to go. All we need to do is unhook him from the chair and release this ratchet strap.
It's a long journey to the bottom, Buster. Don't forget to write.
Here we go. Dropping Buster, Jeansmith, test 1. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Sit down there. Nothing really happened. We pushed him off, and he just stuck there.
What do we do now?
How about help him down?
Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh!
Although Buster never lost his grip, he's a bit of a dummy and couldn't follow Tori's lead in creating his own momentum.
Good job, buddy.
Way to take one for the team.
The question is, can Tori do any better? Or will his jeans turn into denim hot pants?
In 3, 2, 1. Get that weight on those jeans. Nice, nice.
Very nice. But it's not easy.
My hands started cramping up because I was holding onto the jeans so tight. But then I had to lift my weight off the jeans so that I could shimmy down the cable, and then my arms started getting tired.
Our little dungaree-clad flying squirrel is plumb tuggered out. And not only that, stuck.
I can't, I'm stuck. See that?
Okay, I see it.
I'm let go. Ugh. It's so much work trying to get down the cable that it's like, it just doesn't seem like a great way to get down.
For me, when I think about a zip wire, it's like, whoa, you know, all the way down. This was not like that. This was like, The jeans themselves actually starting to roll up as they grab onto the cable. There's way too much friction in the system to be able to slide.
This myth is busted. Up next, dishing the dirt on a graveyard myth. If a person was mistakenly buried alive in a coffin, could they survive long enough to be rescued? To test this morbid myth, Jamie needs a comfy casket.
I don't like that, you know.
You like the cash drawer?
Yeah, keep my wallet and valuables in there.
But it's unlikely he'll be resting in peace.
These notches up here go right into the hole, and then you can lock it.
So if you were inside here and once it's closed, you're not getting out by yourself, right?
I don't see any way of getting out from the inside.
Bummer.
The choice is made, a preference for steel over wood. Jamie figures this is the most survivable option.
You want to ride back in the back and I'll drive?
Sure.
The guys head back to the workshop to prepare for Jamie's burial. He'll be inside the casket under 6 feet of dirt inside this transparent chamber. It's constructed to come apart for emergency access. And he'll be closely monitored via coffin cam, along with instruments to measure carbon dioxide, oxygen levels, and heart rate. If he runs out of air, there's an emergency supply. But first, they need a safety run. How long can he last in a sealed casket minus the dirt?
Pulse is 81, and his blood oxygen level is 98.
Are you okay for another 7 minutes there, Heineman?
Feel perfectly fine. It's hot. That's the only thing that I don't like.
At nearly 50 minutes, the team calls it quits because Jamie's blood level of carbon dioxide is getting dangerous.
Waking up in a coffin, you know, surprise, I think it would be a pretty scary experience. This stuff is like what gets you. You know, it's all, being in a box is one thing, but you got all the stuff that's supposed to make it real nice and pleasant, and it's actually really kind of creepy, I think.
Having passed the safety test, Jamie's about to get back in the box. This time, he'll be buried 6 feet under.
I'm a little apprehensive at the moment. I'm hoping that the box won't collapse, but I think it'll be all right. right.
His dry run lasted 50 minutes, but now, under real conditions, Jamie will be feeling stressed, producing more CO2 and reducing his survival time.
Are you comfy?
Yes.
Okay, so you got your walkie, you got your mic on, that's your emergency oxygen, you have your pulse oxygen meter here, camera, thermometer, humidity sensor. You ready, Jamie?
Farewell, cruel world.
Bye-bye, Heine man.
It's the stuff nightmares are made of. Jamie's locked in and completely in the dark as he's lowered into the chamber.
Watch yourself, it's gonna go down.
And now he's about to be buried alive. To match a proper burial, his temporary grave will be covered by several tons of earth. But even after the first load, survival in this coffin starts to look doubtful.
I got a fair amount of dirt in here, and it actually crushed the container a little bit.
Roger that. Are you nervous about it? Over.
No, I think I'm fine. It definitely had an effect on the casket, though.
The medics are watching his vital signs closely. Any sign of distress, and Jamie will be exhumed.
Oxygen levels?
Oxygen, he's at 98%.
It's become obvious that he's more than a little tense.
I imagine my heart's beating a little faster than it was on the test, over.
You'd be correct about that. It's at 95 right now, buddy. You are almost officially completely covered now, Jamie.
The casket is getting so warped from the pressure that it's popped up the corners a little bit.
Suddenly, the major worry is the very real possibility of Jamie being crushed inside the metal box.
This thing's really starting to creak, and it's feeling like it's changing its shape.
It's just too risky, and Adam pulls the plug.
The thing is buckling and changing shape on him. Truly. That's the last one we're doing.
Because I can feel it coming in.
Want out? Roger that. We're gonna get you out. Oh, wow.
It will?
Yeah, it buckled. Here we go.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey.
Here he is.
Oh.
And he's still alive.
Did it do anything, or is that all my imagination?
No, it definitely was crushing it in.
Jamie persisted inside the casket for 30 humid minutes, breathing only the available air.
I started to panic a little bit there at the end. I mean, it's pretty scary. I mean, I don't have any particular fear of enclosed spaces at all, and you know, feeling those walls starting to cave in, it really gets you going. As I'm sure my pulse rate will testify.
Here's where your pulse started. And with the point you asked us to get you out, you were off my chart. Your pulse was about 115.
Okay.
Which shows, I mean, because of your pulse, you were using up a lot more oxygen.
So what are the chances of surviving 6 feet under?
I think the myth is sufficiently busted. I don't think it's possible for someone to survive a couple of hours in the panic state of being buried with their coffin crushing and all of that stuff, let alone a couple of days until they're exhumed and found to be alive. That's just patently ridiculous to me.
Well, there you go. Myth busted.
Our 3 survival stories have been put to bed. And Adam's soon to join them as we blast into 3 body-related questions. For our first myth, the guys need a place to sleep.
Got my jammies. I'm ready to go to work.
And here at the California Sleep Lab, they're going to be monitored closely as they get a bit of shut-eye.
This looks comfy. A lovely plastic sheet.
This is a camp prank, a staple of camp pranks the world over for generations, I swear. And it is simply that if you take a sleeping person's hand and place it in a bowl of warm water, that person will involuntarily wet themselves in their bed.
If it happens, the world will know, thanks to this custom-built, Wii-activated voice alarm.
So how is it that these shiny strips of metal are able to detect liquid? Well, when water crosses over two of these strips, it'll allow a minute amount of electrical current to pass through it. And this alarm right here is sensitive enough to detect that and start yelling at me.
Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?
When it does.
Jamie is test subject number 1. When he reaches the correct phase of sleep, Adam's going to sneak in with a bowl of warm water and see if the myth is true.
Do I think this is going to work? Well, in my case, not so much. As it happens, I'm a very light sleeper, and my suspicion is that if somebody comes in the middle of the night and tries to mess with my hand, the other one's going to hit him square in the face.
Oh, a major stumbling block for testing this myth.
Is he sucking his thumb?
Unless Jamie is out for the count, getting his hand in the water without waking him up will be tough. But that's where clinical director Michael Salemi comes in.
His eyes are closed, but he's definitely not asleep. So we're looking at his brainwave patterns here to see if there's any changes that would indicate that he's actually fallen asleep.
Basically, by monitoring the brain's electrical activity, we can tell how deep Jamie's sleep is. Stage 1 and 2 are light, transitional stages. That won't be ideal for this test. Stage 3, called slow wave sleep, is the goal. Here, brain activity is significantly reduced and the sleeper is less likely to be woken. But Jamie's playing hard to get.
He's not sleeping. He's waiting.
Adam, geared up with night vision goggles, loses patience and goes in.
Oh, you're totally awake. You've had like 2 hours, man.
Sorry. Nice get up.
Thank you. I think your time is up. I think it's my turn.
Okay.
As soon as Adam's down, he's out. And finally, things are looking up. Or are they?
Although Adam dropped to sleep really quickly, he may not be a very good candidate for this either because Adam has sleep apnea, which means that he's struggling for air from time to time and it's waking him up. So he may not be able to get down into that deep sleep that we need him to be at to do this trick.
Just before the team runs out of patience, Adam descends into stage 3 sleep. However, there's another complication.
Both of his hands are under his head, so I don't know what to do other than try it. If he doesn't wake up, maybe we'll get what we need.
With Adam twisted awkwardly, Jamie manages to get his hand over the bowl. But the best he can do is gently pour water over the hand until our camp prank victim awakes.
All right, then. So, Adam, notice that your hand is wet. Is there anything else that's wet?
Nope. It's all dry.
Darn it.
No. It's definitely not looking very good for this myth at this point.
But the MythBusters want one more shot. They've wrangled a crew member as the next guinea pig.
Yeah, let's make Mama proud.
All right, if you actually do wet yourself, this is what you'll hear.
Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?
All right. Sweet dreams.
And mere minutes after lights out, sweet dreams it is.
There we go. They're starting to spread out.
All right, let's get a bucket of water ready.
Let this be a lesson to you kids, lest you think working for MythBusters is all fun and games. Even the runners are not above getting humiliated on national television. This is perfect. Matt's head is in the bowl. It's the ideal illustration of this myth. I don't hear the alarm, so I don't think he's involuntarily urinating yet.
Not yet, but after 5 minutes of hand and wrist immersion, this happens.
Oh my God, what the hell are you doing?
With the alarm going nuts and bedlam in the bedroom, it's not until the lights are switched on that the offending puddle can be examined.
Dude, did you think you peed yourself?
I don't think I did.
Roll over, let's see what's going on there. Looks like it could be a spill.
Yeah, it's not from the source, unfortunately.
How did it get that separate puddle over there?
If Matt says it's not from the source, I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, it looks like it is just on the side. I don't see wet pants overall. Well, if that is the case, then it didn't work because his hand was full on in that water for like, what was it, 5 minutes or better?
Did you even feel it?
No.
That's awesome. I really thought that we'd hit pay dirt with the Smith when I heard this start screaming, but no. It's late in the middle of the night, and after Matt's hand was in that bowl for 5 minutes, some of the water sloshed out and caused our alarm to go off. With all of this, I can't see that we can call this myth anything but busted.
Next up, testing the myth that yawning is contagious. For this experiment, the MythBusters are building a chamber of yawns. They want to find out if one yawner could trigger another by spying on a group of unsuspecting volunteers.
Just a few days ago, this was just a bit of garage. Now it's a room that looks like it's been lived in for years, with a few extra tricks. Behind our Jamie and Adam picture, there's a secret microphone. And would you ever believe that this right here is a camera?
Not exactly James Bond, but they won't miss a dull moment.
If anybody yawns in this room, I'm gonna catch it.
Our test subjects are here. We're about to bring them in.
These poor souls are about to be bored within an inch of their lives. First, the control. The group's left in the empty room for 10 minutes. Nothing to read, no talking aloud. Here are some of the highlights.
She's like, absolutely no yawning.
No yawning in 10 minutes. I yawned twice.
Okay, so this time on your clipboard, you'll find a document. Please just sit quietly and read it.
Next, the lucky volunteers get to read some tax law. Excitement reaches fever pitch. People, we have our first yawn. Now, will it travel around the room like a Mexican wave?
Another one. Sure. 4 real yawns and 2 half yawns, but I think they're all out of the same person, so it's too early to tell.
The first 2 tests are inconclusive. So for test number 3, Scotty tries to infect the subjects. But they appear to be totally immune. Unlike Carrie. Then at Yawn Central, sudden panic. The watchers think they are being watched as their cover been blown.
I swear that guy's looking right at me.
Or is working in a confined, dark space starting to get to them. None the wiser, the bemused volunteers go back to lives that seem far more exciting. 6:30 a.m. at a local flea market, the team scales up Yawn Central, aiming for a more controlled experiment. And Adam and Jamie set off to net a larger set of test subjects.
The glasses off first. There we go. What do you think?
Before long, there's a feeding frenzy around the MythBusters stall.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. Sure, why not?
All right, Alan, so if you'll just go back to Tori over there.
This time, they're testing one variable only, the seated yawn.
Sorry, we've been up since 4. Back to your room.
Well, come on in, follow me. Sit in a little room quietly, and I'll come get you briefly.
There's 3 yawn cubicles, each fitted with a hidden camera, and 1 observation chamber, where Tori's on watch. Carrie will yawn at 2 out of every 3 subjects, as she ushers them into their cubicle.
So we're going to see if they yawn faster with some influence than without any. Every 3rd person will be a control, which Carrie will give no influence to, and we'll see if there's actually a difference.
And the experiment begins. Tori gets down to some careful observation of the subjects doing, well, nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's starting to seem like the MythBusters are just way too much fun to evoke even the slightest yawn.
This guy's asleep.
Then a breakthrough.
You may have had a yawn in the first.
And after the drought, a flood of yawning is unleashed. The MythBusters suddenly have the Midas touch. Even the local dogs get caught up in the current of yawns that's sweeping the market. The experiment also suggests that some guinea pigs are more observant than others. And finally proving that all good things must come to an end. 5 hours and 50 test cases later, the Yawnathon draws to a close.
That was it. That's the last one. We're done.
All right, well, after testing 50 people in the field, our largest sample we've ever used on MythBusters, the results are in. And when the people we tested got no seed yawn, no stimulus, they yawned 25% of the time. When they got stimulus, they yawned 29% of the time.
Well, it's not dramatic, but it seems like it's pretty good to me. What do you guys think? Busted, plausible, or confirmed?
Given how large our sample was, I'd say it's confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Next, can an eye patch improve your darkness vision? According to pirate folklore, by wearing a patch over a perfectly good eye, a pirate could exit the glare of a ship's deck, shuffle the patch over, and enter the dark rooms below. Or leave a well-lit room below decks to fight a nighttime battle up top.
Somebody to test this?
Hoy, matey! I see land ahead.
To test the myth, the guys are building a pirate ship jungle gym.
I'm gonna make a cannon.
Then they'll ask eye patch wearing Adam and Jamie to complete the course in the dark.
Do you wanna play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend. Fire in the hole!
There'll be obstacles to avoid, cannonballs to dodge.
Cannonball.
Just your average day out pillaging and plundering, really. And what's a pirate story without a fair maiden in distress?
What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take all these pictures, we're gonna put them on the computer, and then we're going to print them out life size, and I'm going to make these pop-ups that Grant is going to pneumatically control, so that when they come by, poof, if it's a bad pirate, they stab. And if it's the girl they're trying to rescue,
they stab.
They don't stab me, I'm the good one.
But any pirate worth his salt won't be satisfied with a good night's work until he's found the treasure chest. And what goes inside the chest, Carrie?
Booty goes inside it.
Carrie has secured the booty, the pneumatic pirates are ready to pop up, and the ship is in shape. So, how about a demo?
This looks really good. I'm really feeling good. Okay, so you've got buckets, various boxes on the ground. First pirate.
That is the evil Grant pirate?
This is evil Grant, and they're gonna have to stab this one through the heart.
And hopefully not walk into that, walk under it.
Okay,
Then
decoy.
pops up the fair maiden that they do not stab.
No stabbing of the maiden. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, and then...
Oh my God, that's gonna be nuts.
Okay, avoiding the cannon.
Not knocking over the cannonballs. Pop up evil Tory pirate.
Which they'll have to run through the heart.
And after all that, they get to raid the treasure chest and raise the Jolly Roger.
Hoist the flag.
And just when they think they're done...
They're caught.
Oh, she's scared of me, dogs.
After Adam and Jamie have dressed for the occasion, the scurvy dogs dish out directions.
Okay, well, you gotta wait out here 15 minutes. I know your eyes are relatively adjusted to the light. We just wanna make sure that you're totally in daylight right now.
As Jamie and Adam get busy waiting, only their unpatched eyes adjusting to bright light. And that works because the eye has two major sets of cells, cones and rods. The cone-shaped cells in the retina enable us to see fine detail and color in bright conditions. And the rod cells, which are super sensitive to low levels of light, help us see in the dark. But it takes a while for the rod cells to get warmed up for night vision, which should make things interesting.
Now listen, ye scallywags, and listen well, for you will only hear this but one time. Send only the evil pirates down to Davy Jones' locker.
The evil pirates will have a target in the middle. You have to run it through with your cutlass.
Don't harm the maiden.
Don't harm the maiden.
Don't knock over the cannonballs.
Don't knock over the cannonballs.
Find the pirate chest, unlock it, and hoist the Jolly Roger.
There's going to be a treasure chest at the end on the ground with this lock. You unlock it with your key.
Which each of you will get right now.
Okay, inside of the chest is going to be this flag. Tie the flag on, hoist it up to the top.
Right, let's go.
Redbeard Savage needs to instantly see in the dark while his dark-adjusted eye remains patched.
Right, lads. Let's go get him. Oh, I can't see a bloody thing.
Look at him. He looks like a blind pirate.
By design, it's pitch black in there. The light you can see on camera is infrared. To Adam, it's as dark as the inside of a grog barrel.
He seems very disoriented at the moment.
Right from the get-go, it seems pretty obvious that Adam is having trouble finding his sea legs. When you go from bright light into the dark, you're as blind as a bat.
Oh, he's under his head.
Oh, he's climbing over the saxophone.
He's going the wrong way.
The hardest possible route to take. Okay, he's coming up to Carrie.
Did I look this bad? He just got hit with the bag.
Adam has missed the first evil pirate and kicked some cannonballs. But when confronted by evil Tory...
Sword is a cane.
He can't decide who it is until he has a quick feel.
All right, he's not really stabbing him.
There he goes. There he goes.
Right.
Yeah! Good one.
Well, at least he killed one of them.
After a fun-filled 4 minutes, Adam's eye is starting to adjust to the dark. He now knows his port from starboard.
Okay, he's opened the chest.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice.
Gonna get the flag, turn around.
Oh, wait. There we go. Hoisted the Jolly Roger, did I? Ah!
Well, the net missed, but that was quite funny.
Adam narrowly escapes capture and makes a quick exit overboard.
Hey! Nice work.
Nice. Well done.
You look great.
That was fantastic.
Really? You guys got to watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I missed a pirate or two, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You missed the one pirate in the beginning.
I could not see it. I mean, literally, it's just black.
He made it through all of that darkness of the obstacle course in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. He only got 2 time penalties. 1, he didn't stick the first pirate, and 2, he knocked over one of the cannonballs. So in the end, 5 minutes, 40 seconds, Adam's first test.
It's time for Captain Heineman to board the ship, find the treasure chest, and hoist the Jolly Roger. Just like Redbeard, he's completely in the dark. He fails all the tasks, except taking out Tori. After that, it's back to feeling his way around.
They really are super blind. They really can't see anything.
Oh, he's totally disoriented.
Maybe.
He's gonna steer the ship.
It's taken a while, but Jamie finally raises the pirate standard.
Caught with the net.
The big question now is what kind of difference will it make when our myth-busting pirates switch eyes? For test number 2, the obstacles are switched around. Adam is excited.
I'm so pumped. I can't wait to switch this eye patch. Yeah!
He swaps the patch. Now the eye adjusted to dark is uncovered.
It's like night and day.
And it's immediately obvious the switch has worked.
Wait, is that a pirate? Oh! Wait, is that a pirate? Oh, it's a lass.
Before the team can say, walk the plank, ye landlubber, Redbeard is almost done.
Looking at 1 minute, 12 seconds.
Oh my
I know, he's already killed his time.
There's my Jolly Roger. There's my flag. Oh my God. I can't believe the difference. And there we go. Oh, the net fell on me. Oh. Woo! That was like night and day.
That's nice.
That was incredible.
The difference, is it unbelievable?
The difference is amazing. I really didn't I can't see. I really didn't expect the difference to be as great as it was. But, I mean, whereas before, it was just like reaching out in blackness the first time. The second time was like, oh, there's a pirate, there's a pirate, there's a rope. Boop, boop, boop.
He did the course in 1 minute, 55 seconds, which is actually 3 minutes and 45 seconds faster than his first test.
Captain Heineman joins the fray, swapping his eye patch so he could use his dark adjusted eye.
Oh, this is like totally different.
No flailing in the dark this time. He's more than twice as fast and twice as accurate.
Yay!
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was, I never would have believed that.
You won't find it in the history books, but the pirates have proven the eye patch myth is plausible.